specifically, no, no, brother, chill, brother, chill, right? I'm saying specifically, you need a mass translation, right? And you also, again, need you need the grade of the transmissions to other believers. I've shown you the site, and I've already explained all this away. I've already explained why this is needed. Scholars agree with me. So I'm asking you for one scholar that agrees with you. You could not, and you have not. You still have yet to show me that. Go ahead, respond to
Yeah,
that. Show me a
well,
scholar.
so again, you're supposed to prove, right? And your
I've already
proof
proven it.
is yes, you're proven. According to you, you're proven by bringing all the scholars. So
What?
that's your proof.
Okay. Listen very carefully, right?
Your reference
Listen very carefully.
verse.
I'm explaining to you one last. This is the last time. I'm show you one last. I'm explaining to you one last time why we accept the hadiths or this hadith to be authentic according to you. Henry, can you mute, please? So, what it says, according to what
All
I've
right.
read, right? No, I'll explain to you one last time, right? What I've explained to you is that we see that the way we know that hadiths to be accepted according to the site that I've gave, right, is that first of all, the number of translators is larger. The number of transmitters is large enough to indicate mass transmitted status. Right. The chain of transmitters has received a grading of authentic or good, and I've given you the site for this, right? And then I've showed you this. I've given you the scholars that agree with this notion. Can you show me one scholar which disagrees with either this way of explaining a hadith to be authentic, or you show me a scholar which agrees that Sahih al-Bukhari is not authentic? Because I've given you two options now, which you fail to do. If you say something like, you haven't explained this or you haven't explained this, I've explained it all to you now. I've got some recording, so you can't say around say anyone, oh, he has not explained this because I've got a recording. So Islam, can you give me a scholar? Give me a scholar.
Well, there's no need because your argument is weak by itself. So I don't even need to bring
Why is
you
it
any
weak?
scholar or anything. Yeah, because you're just saying what scholars say that therefore it's true.
Do you think that scholars are more smart than you and are more educated on the topic than you?
No.
You don't. So what makes you smarter than a scholar?
What makes me smart as a scholar? Just
Do you know what a scholar is?
I'm just saying it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. Yeah, X is possible doesn't mean it's probable, right? So back to the point. Do you believe that these scholars that agree that this is authentic are less smart than you? Not possible, but do you believe that right now they are?
Right. So I have my own opinion, and I'm not going to discard my opinion.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
So your opinion does not matter in a debate. I can have an opinion, right? That you might be, let's say, a Muslim, right? For example, here's an example. I could say that I have the opinion that you are a Jewish person. You are born of Jewish descent. That doesn't make it true, right? Opinions do have no matter in a debate. The only thing that matters are the arguments and the rhetoric, shown in the debate, right? So because you cannot agree, because you agree that you cannot show me a scholar, we'll move on. Do you disagree about anything in the Bible? By the way, just let you know you're a kufra. Just so you know, according to what they say, according to different sources, you're a kufra, an unbeliever. So do you disagree with anything in the Bible?
And the Bible.
Yeah.
Uh, no, I disagree with your understanding of the Bible, but I have no problem with the Bible.
Okay. What's wrong with the understanding of the Bible? The Christian understanding of the Bible?
Yeah, like you say Jesus is God and he died for your sins, like that doesn't make any sense. That is
Yeah.
nonsense.
So would you like me to show you some verses that say he's God?
Yeah, sure.
John chapter 8 verse 58.
What does it say?
Let me get it up for you. I don't want to like misquote it like a little bit. I want to say exactly from it. I'm gonna just use the NIV. If you disagree with the NIV, just let me know. Very truly I tell you, Jesus answered, before Abraham was born, I am. Do you understand what the I am is referring to?
It's not referring to anything.
It is. It's referring to Exodus chapter 14. Do you know what that says?
It's just a claim you're making.
Yeah, this is the claim I'm making. Do you agree that, or actually, it's not a claim, it's a question. Do you know what Exodus chapter 3, verse 14 says?
No.
Okay.
Wait. Before you tell me, can Muhammad say this? So,
And Muhammad say what?
uh, exactly what Jesus said before Abraham was
Before
man.
probably no, he cannot because he
Oh, so it's a
wasn't
special
there.
case. Interesting.
Well,
Wait,
Jesus is different from Muhammad. Like what's yeah.
Huh?
and he's just a human.
Yeah, yeah,
I can say
couldn't you?
I've been to China. Can you say you've been to China? No, special. Like they're different people.
But
They
that,
have
but
different
again,
history. Yeah.
that is a special case. I mean, can he say what he's saying, and if he cannot, why? But you know, what? It's fine. It's a special case. We'll just say it's a special case, right, for Jesus, right? In Exodus chapter 3, verse
What's
14
special?
is. Are you finished? You
Everyone,
finished?
everyone is unique. Even special case. Everyone is special.
Okay, whatever. You're special. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. So Exodus chapter 3, verse 30 to 14 will say, Moses said to God, I suppose I go to the Israelites to say to them, the God of your father has sent me. And they asked me, what is his name? Then what shall I tell them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you will say to the Israelites, I am has sent me to you. But it says I am. Huh. Jesus says I am. Does that mean that Jesus is
Yeah,
claiming to be God?
you do say I am. When someone asks you, "Who are you?" and you say, I am this and that." So you also say, "I
Yeah,
am."
but he
Doesn't
doesn't.
this
Yeah,
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
that
yeah.
you're
Okay,
it's
saying?
hold on. Hold on.
it's
He doesn't say that though. Jesus doesn't say that in this context. He just responds with saying, "Before Abraham was, I am." Right? He said. I mean, if I say, for example, someone says to me, right, and says, "What's your name, Mentality?" and I say, "My name's Mentality," right? That is different from this. Jesus does not say, "I am Jesus." He says, "I am." And think of this. Think of this, right? After this claim,
What do you mean?
people pick up rocks to
What
stone
do you mean?
him. Israelites would have understood this him to be claiming to be God
Now
in this
we're going to
context.
stoning.
Huh?
Yeah, now we're going to stoning because your point is nonsense. Like I
Okay.
predicted.
Again, the response to the point exactly. What does it mean
so
when he says I
Jesus'
am?
point was nonsense.
Islam
Yeah,
way.
like
What is Jesus saying when he says I am? What is he saying in that context?
well, he's saying exactly what you mean when you say I am. Like you say I am
But
quite
no
often,
no no
right?
but no, but no, but no. The example that he gave
Bruh.
is I would say I am Mentality, right? How is that the same? He says I am. He doesn't say his name.
Oh,
So what
oh yeah,
context?
you
No,
would
okay,
say
is that way? You're saying in the same way that I would use it. I want you to explain to me the way that I always explain to me the way that I would use it and how and what Jesus is saying about this, right? Because you repeat you okay. You're repeating the exact same point over and over again. You keep saying he's saying the way that you're using this, and I give you reasons for why he's not saying the way that I use it, and you keep just repeating the same point. This doesn't make your point any more valid than mine. So explain to me what he means when he says I am.
again. He just says that before Abraham,
Yeah,
I
before
am. It means
Abraham was
that
born,
it
I
means,
am.
yeah, it means like the closest understanding would be the
Bro,
two
stop
literal.
trying to explain it away, dude.
Bro, he's
Stop.
bro,
It
he's
just means
he's trying his
it just means
hardest.
This is the same guy talking about who's biased, bro. Stop. Just stop the game, bro.
Islam, wait, I'll
That's a
give you.
claim.
Hold
Look,
on,
the
okay, hold on.
I am is
Elliot,
literally
how
a
about this,
claim
right?
of.
I'll give him one chance to explain to me why this is not talking about him being God. I'll give you one chance, right? Because I've given you multitude of chances to explain to me why he should not be accepted. I'll give you a multitude of reasons to believe that, or to explain to me why Jesus is not talking about him being there before Abraham. I don't think Jesus is older than Abraham. Right? He was. Jesus in the two form is older than Abraham, right? According to what the Jews believed, right? But he said specifically, before Abraham was born, I am. He existed before Abraham.
exactly. So that's what it means. That
What?
he existed
He
before
says he
Abraham.
agrees older than
That's
He exi-
Abraham.
Okay,
Does
cool,
that
cool,
does that
cool.
mean
So we're
he
one step
existed before
forward.
Abraham?
Okay, one step closer.
If he existed before Abraham, does that make him God?
Yes. It would. It,
Well,
Exactly.
the claim he made.
under the Torah,
Didn't I predict?
yes. Under the Torah, yes.
Didn't I
People shall not
predict?
live past the age of 120 according to scientific data. If someone is older than that, it would be impossible. Scientifically impossible, right? Now, if you want me to go into Bible study, I'll go into that, right? But it is scientifically impossible to be older than the age of
I
130.
didn't
That is scientifically, that is a scientific understanding, right? And so even the Torah, it
wait,
says that humans should
wait,
not pass the age of
wait,
120. I'm pretty sure. I can get it for you if you want me to, right? So even under
maybe
the Israelite understanding, Jesus would be claiming to be older than 2,000 years, about approximately over 1,000
okay.
years
So you're
old.
saying
Are you saying Jesus is over
so
1,000 years old? Islam way. How old is
no. So
Jesus at this time?
are you saying Jesus? Are you saying Jesus lying when he says that he was before Abraham?
I'm saying he's telling the truth by being God.
Well, okay. So like why is it necessarily maybe he was angel before Abraham?
Angel? No angel would say I am. That would be that would be making the angel claim to be God. No angel claims to be God unless you can show me that.
No. Mentality. It is the angel of the Lord who enters the burning bush and
Yeah.
speaks
But
and,
I believe that's
and says
Christophany though.
that. Well, yeah, I think
Okay.
he's already making the connection that Christ is the angel of the Lord.
Yeah, but
Do you
hold on.
believe
What do
that,
you? What, yeah,
Islam?
but hold. Islam way. Can we just say? Oh, not Islam way. Elliot, can we just say even the angel of the Lord appeared in Genesis chapter 18 verse 22? The angel of the Lord appeared to Abraham, and it says the Lord stood before him. The angel of the Lord is also God. It says that specifically. I can show you like the exact verse. You can look at
No,
Genesis
no,
chapter 18 verse 22, and you can look at Genesis chapter 19 if you want to look further into it.
did you
Wait,
say angel
what's
is
your claim? What's your
What my
claim?
claim?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying, even if it's the angel of the Lord, it doesn't matter. It would still be God in this circumstance.
Well, yeah, no, that's why I'm asking him. Like, do you believe the angel of the Lord is Jesus, Islam?
he's saying angel is also God? Like that's even more ridiculous. I didn't even
No,
expect.
Islam way. I'm not saying that
Well, no,
all
that's a
angels are
straw man
God.
of our.
We're not saying that all angels are God. Okay, Islam. We'll get to this point later if you want to, but we're just asking basic question. What is the claim you're trying to make? Because we're not understanding. We're either not understanding, or you sound like you're. It sounds like you're just like being biased towards Islam. So what is the claim that you're making?
You're saying just because Jesus was before Abraham, right? That makes him God. Like that's what you're saying.
I'm saying according to what we understand of scientific knowledge, no one can live past the age of 130. So any explanation for age why you cannot give. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, no, but Islam, I wanna. So an angel cannot be God. That's like such a straw man. Uh, so like we don't believe an angel is like ontologically God, at least not for like Catholics.
Oh,
So just
Catholics.
like the same way, a pillar of fire or a cloud of fire is not ontologically God.
Yeah. Can
So
I just say it is that way too? Just quickly, just like add on to this, right? When it says "I am," I've given you like the explanation that this echoes specifically Genesis chapter 13 verse Exodus chapter 3 verse 13 to 15. The reason why this is right is because it says, "I am has sent me to you," right? And prior to this, the Israelite, he asked what he should call God. When he said to the Israelites, look, I'll read it out to you. Now listen very carefully. I want you to listen very very carefully, right? This is from the verse 13 to 14. Moses said to God, "Suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, the God your father, the God of your fathers, has sent me to you." And they ask me, "What is his name?" Then what shall I tell them? God said to Moses, "I am who I am." This is what you are saying, and then that's who he says he is, and then he says to him, "This is what you are to say to the Israelites: I am has sent me to you." So we understand the Lord's name in this context to be I am.
Now you're changing your arguments. That means
That
you're
was my
conceding
original
that I was
argument. That was
right.
my original argument. I'm saying that set his the name of God is I am, and Jesus says I am. It's the exact same claim.
No, the argument. Well, we're focusing on a different argument. Now you forgot.
We're not focusing on a different argument. My argument is saying that Jesus is God. He claims to be I am. This is because it says before Abraham was born, Jesus answered. Jesus declared. I think it was I. Jesus. I think it was before Abraham was born. I am right. And I'm saying this echoes Exodus chapter 3 verse 14. And I've literally given you what it says, and I've literally just repeated what it says in these verses.
Your own argument.
What is my argument then? What was my okay? First of all, what is my original
You,
argument,
you,
and where's the distinction?
you forgot your own argument.
I
That's
have
the
not
problem.
forgot my argument. You just don't understand what my argument is. So I'm going to ask you again. What is my argument? If I have changed my
Remember,
argument, what was my original argument?
yeah. So the argument we were focusing on was that you said because Jesus was before Abraham, that makes him God.
That was my original argument. I'm saying that if you gave a possibility of Jesus being the say older than Moses in terms of age, that would not be possible according to scientific knowledge. And my original argument was about the echoes of this verse, John chapter 8 verse 58, echoing Exodus chapter 3 verse 14. So Islam way, let's put that aside. We can argue about that later. Just respond to this
That's a different
argument.
argument.
Yeah, because Islam, wait, I know this is my first argument because prior to that question, right, you said to me that this could just be Jesus saying I am in the way that I would be using I am, such as me saying I am mentality. That is what you said. So explain to me when he says God said to Moses, I am who I am, and then he said, this is what he says to the Israelites, I am sent me to you, is in this context God's name I am.
We gotta finish with one argument before moving to
Islam way,
another.
answer the question.
So
Is
you
I
concede the first
am
argument.
God's name in this context?
Well, that's a different argument. Do you concede the
Answer the
first argument?
question. Is I am in this context God's
What is,
name?
there's no end to your questions. You have to make some sense, some point.
What? How is it? Okay, if it
Do you
if
concede?
God says to Moses, I am is my name, would you agree that's God's name?
Do you concede the first argument before
I
we
don't
can
see
move
the
to
first
this?
argument. Okay. Islam way. What am I trying to get at with my first argument? With the argument that I gave a while ago.
You said that he was before Abraham, so he cannot be that old because people don't live that old.
According to
Therefore, he must be
science.
God, right? That was
No,
your
I,
first
I'm I,
argument.
no, no, no,
That's
no. What I was saying with
you
that,
concede. You concede that
I'm
that's
not conceding
nonsense.
Islam. Wait, please don't overtalk me. I'm going to overtalk you too. I'm trying to be cordial with you, right? What I'm saying with this point is I'm saying not that he's God because of this. There's multiple other reasons why he could be God because of this, right? But I'm saying that there's no way that he can be this old. Unless you want to like disagree with me, which we can talk about that if you want to.
I'm just saying, just because he was before Abraham doesn't make him God. Do you agree with this?
I agree that just because okay, I'm saying because if he's older than Abraham, if he's older than not Abraham, oh yeah, if he's older than Abraham, it's I would question whether that would make him God or not, but I don't believe it would like totally put him off it. I mean, if someone if I said that I was here from the beginning of the earth, right? I think someone would question it. But if it was able to be proven, I think they would start questioning why I was here before the age of the earth. And I think some people would even even believe that might be God, right? I mean, if someone was there before the foundation of the earth, they'd be with God because even before
But before
it
Abraham was
doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. What do you think? What do you think he's saying here? Because you're getting off topic now, and you're not actually responding to the question that I originally posed to you, right? Because my whole point with saying that he was before Abraham, what I'm saying, right, is that he cannot be this old, right? According to scientific knowledge we have today, right? Do you agree with that? That all I'm saying,
Yeah, saying,
I'm not claiming that he's God because of this, but but do you agree that Jesus is not older than Abraham?
yeah, I'm saying maybe he was
Wait, hold on, repeat that. I didn't hear you. You cut off. I think maybe that's just me. Hello.
angel,
The,
but
guys
he
be
the,
was
capped.
the
God.
Sorry,
angel of the
hold
Lord
on,
is
guys. I'm sorry. You cut off me. Islam, wait. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. You cut off of me. Sorry.
the angel of the Lord is God, bro.
I'm saying maybe he was angel before Abraham. Why does he have to be God, right?
Okay. Islam, wait.
The,
Hold on. Islam, wait. Do you think that Jesus is older than Abraham?
Well,
Because even according to you guys, do you believe that Isa is an angel? Huh?
well, according to this verse suggests that he was an angel before Abraham.
Okay. So you agree with this verse? Isa is an angel. Shh.
it's
This
something that
verse
Mary
suggests
stated.
Wait, hold on.
that he was
Islam, wait. Are you saying that?
before anything.
Are you saying that Isa is an angel? Are you? This is what I'm saying, right? You're this is exactly what I'm saying. You're basically just a
You
kafra.
think
You're an
God? You think
unbeliever.
he's God? Who's crazy? Who's crazy? If I'm saying that he was angel before Abraham, but you're saying he was God
Do you
before
believe
Abraham,
that according to your Quran, Jesus is an angel?
we're not discussing Quran. We're discussing Bible.
Yeah, but
So
even
when
according
I
to
read
your
this
belief, he
verse,
would have been an angel, so we can't interpret it as an angel.
no. If we read
What I'm saying,
Bible,
right, is as a Muslim, you have to give him, you have to explain this away other than him being an angel or any divine being, because even according to you guys, right, according to what you believe, he's not an angel.
well, the Quran is silent when it comes to who he was before he came to earth.
So why are you claiming for him to be a human?
Except that he's the word of God, right?
Become human when he's become human.
So okay, so you agree he's not an angel. Thank you. He's human and he's not an angel. Thank you
I'm not saying
very
he's an angel.
much. You
I'm saying
agree
he's an
he's
angel.
not an angel. Thank you very much. So back to the back to
I'm
the
not
point.
saying. I'm not saying he's an. I'm saying he was an angel.
He was an angel. Can you show any evidence?
Yes, this verse.
This verse is an echo of Exodus chapter 3 verse 14. If Elliot, can you please take over for me because this guy's really bad. Like me, I can't because this guy's actually making me angry right now. It's so stupid. He's being so biased. Please.
Dude, when you're reading this verse, you're saying it means he's God. When I'm reading this verse, I say he's
Okay, you
angel.
know, what,
Which
brother,
one?
I've explained you.
Which,
Okay, no,
who's crazy? You or me?
you're crazy. I've explained you this verse multiple times,
I'm
right?
not crazy. You saying he's God before
You
he
know,
was Abraham.
okay,
Before,
okay. You know, I want every Christian to understand this right now, right? I have given this guy multiple chances to explain this away. He's given 3 different arguments for how to explain this away, right? He constantly rejects this is God. I've explained to him the reason why I believe this is him claiming to be God, right? He runs away from the question. I'll show him run away again, right? Islam way. When it says Exodus chapter 3, verse 13 and 14, Moses said to God, suppose I go to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you. And they ask me, what is his name? What should I tell them? And he says, God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. What is God claiming to be I am, or is God saying that his name is I am in this context? What is God's name in this context, Islam way? Don't run away and use ChatGPT. Answer the question. Can you guys hear me? Elliot, can you hear me?
yeah,
Bro,
you're changing the
Islam
argument
is
again.
the angel of the Lord is God. Are you not understanding the claim that the angel makes, or what the
Islam
Father
way.
says
Okay,
about the angel
Islam
of the
way.
Lord?
Islam way, but right, Islam way. But when it says because it says it specifically, right? God. It doesn't say the even the angel of God. It says God Himself. God said to Moses, "I am who I am." This is what you say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. Who is I am? Who is I am? Don't run away, Islam way.
I am is a pronoun.
Okay, a pronoun, not in this
gosh.
context. I am has sent me to you. That doesn't make any sense if we use it in the sense of a pronoun. If
But it does. It does make
how does
sense.
it make sense? Explain it to me. How is I am is going to be used?
I sent you like tell them that I sent you. Don't like he says they will ask me for your name,
It
so tell me your
says,
name.
tell
Uh,
them. No, okay,
Islam,
no, no, no,
Islam,
hold on,
is
hold on, hold on.
Jesus Yahweh? Is Jesus Yahweh,
Wait,
bro? Just get it over with. Is Jesus Yahweh when he says I am? Because that's what
No, no, no,
that's
no,
the
no, no,
name
no,
he.
no, no, Elliot. He doesn't. He doesn't. He, no, Elliot. He doesn't even agree that that Jesus is Yahweh. And what I would, and I want to keep this up right. The
No, but
reason
that's
why.
the statement he gives. That's the claim he
No, no,
makes. So
no, hold on,
Islam
hold on,
is
hold
he
on.
Yahweh.
Let me just give one more reason to accept this, and you guys can argue about this, right? Because Islam way, you sound like you're really biased right now, right? And the reason why is because you said he says this is what you are to tell the Israelites. He doesn't say to Israelites this, right? He says to Moses, tell the Israelites that I am has sent me to you. If Moses goes to the Israelites and says I am has sent me to you, they'll probably be like, who is I am? Or here's an example. Right? If my friend came up to me right and gave me a piece of gold and says I am sent me to you, I'll be like, who is it? Who is I am? Right? It makes no sense to say I am has sent me to you if it's not God. And it even says
it doesn't
here,
make sense.
precisely.
God said to Moses, meaning that
Let's
it's
put it
God
into a
claiming to be I
language.
am. There's no way to reject this without agreeing that God is saying His name is I am.
Let's put it into a way
Just
he can
just
understand. If
actually,
Muhammad Islam way, if Muhammad were to use the divine title
He
Al
said no.
Rahim,
He said
if
no.
he
He said
it's not a divine
Islam way,
title. It's a
Islam
pronoun.
way,
It's a
Islam way, if Muhammad were to use the divine title Al Rahim, would he be allowed to? Would he be allowed to use that title?
but it's
Would
not a
he be
divine
allowed to
title. It's
use one?
a
Would
pronoun.
he use?
You,
I
you
don't
do
care about the
realize
pronoun. You're talking to a
you
different
need
person. You're talking to a different person, bro. I'm
Okay,
asking you a
hold
question.
on.
If Muhammad,
First of all, let me. Okay, I'll get on your point, Yusuf. I'll just say one last thing before I go because this guy is giving me a headache. Honestly, I've genuinely got a headache right now because of this guy, right? So Islam way,
yeah,
I've already explained to you multiple times that this could not be a pronoun. The reason why is because it would make no sense in this context. When we're referring to pronouns, we're
it does
referring to a
make sense.
person.
When you say
If I say, right, if I point at a person and say he, right, and that's a guy right there. If I say he, I'd be referring to another person, right? But if I say I am, that's referring to the first person, right? So it would be God saying I am. It wouldn't be Moses saying I am. So therefore, it's not just God saying I am. And yeah, honestly, I'm getting mad at this guy because it's just so stupid. Like this.
Islam is I am a claim of divinity. Can you just say I am means God?
it does. It's simple. I mean, I feel like mentality. You can press him a little bit
stop.
harder. It's really simple, bro. Islam way.
It's
If
so
Muhammad,
simple. He makes
if,
he makes it a claim
Wait.
of
I
divinity.
just
It
want
is
to. I just
not
want to say
just
like the reason why I
simply.
don't want to press him is because I feel like he might actually turn to Christianity, but it gets harder and harder to think that every single time. That's why I'm getting mad at him because first of all he's a person of unbelief in Islam according to Islamic belief, right? Second of all, I've explained to you this multiple. It's okay.
But
I'm gonna. Okay.
I'm
I'll give
bro,
you
trying to
let me
understand.
Islam
sub
way.
in
I'll
for
give
you,
you.
gang. Let me
Okay.
sub in for
So
you.
yeah, something. I'll be
Wait,
right
wait.
back.
All right,
Bro,
bro. Islam
So,
way,
so
Islam way. Just answer this question? Can Muhammad use the divine title Al Rahim or any of the 99 titles of Allah? Can he use them? Yes or
no.
no? No. So if Jesus, Isa, the prophet, were to use one of the 99 names, he would be associating himself with God, right? He would be committing shirk, right?
Yeah, that's why he's not doing this.
Okay, all
That's
right,
why
all
he.
right. So in Exodus, hold on. So now enter the Christian paradigm, right? Assume that the Bible exists because you're making the Bible is true because you're making an internal critique. So you have to grant the Bible. So in Exodus chapter 3, verse 14, when God gives himself the title, I am, when you go to the people, tell them that I am sent you, the great I am, right? So now we've established that's his divine title. God has established his divine title, the great I am, correct? Okay, now Jesus says, before Abraham was, quotation mark, I am. He is quoting Exodus 3:14 where God gives himself the title I am. Therefore, he's claiming to be God. It's that simple. Don't be
That's what
brain dead. Don't be brain dead, bro. Don't try to tell me it's a pronoun. It's in quotations.
listen.
In the original Greek and Aramaic, it's very clear that he's quoting scripture. It's not just him using the pronoun. Don't
I,
be brainwashed,
I,
bro.
I predicted that that you're gonna be speaking nonsense, right? Not to you,
Wow.
but to other guy. I said, if you're gonna try, if you try to prove Jesus is God from the Bible, you're gonna be speaking nonsense, and that's what we're seeing right here. You're saying
Then
God says,
refute
"I."
me.
Well,
Do
I am
it.
refuting.
Go
So
ahead.
God simply says, "I am," which is just a pronoun, but you made out of pronoun a divine title. Do you realize how ridiculous that sounds?
Let's go to the original Greek and Hebrew to show you that he's quoting scripture. I'm sorry, the Greek and Aramaic.
I was just saying, like, God simply says, Moses asked God, like, those people are going to ask me for your name. So tell me, what's your name? Tell me your name. And God simply tells Moses, well, just tell them, I sent you. Just tell them God sent you. There's no name. God doesn't have a personal name. So God says to Moses, just tell them that God sent you. End of story. But what did you do? Well, God says, I am. That's a divine title. So Jesus also says, I am. So
So are we
he
gonna
Bro,
calls him.
throw out like
bro, bro,
thousands
Please,
of
bro, bro. The
years
dawa, the
before
dawa
God
goon
Yahweh?
sperm is leaking into his brain. He can't think properly. There's no way that you just said Exodus 3:14 was God saying, just tell them God sent you. He literally
yeah,
says,
well,
if they ask
read
you,
it. That's what God
let's
says.
let's read it. Let's read it. Let's read it. That
Is
was a great
hold on,
suggestion.
Yusuf. Is he trying to say that God does not claim to be I am, even though it says God sent you?
Yeah.
Islam way. I've already explained to
That's
you
right.
multiple times. You're
That's
being
right.
ignorant again. This like by the way, Yusuf, when you left, can we just say he tried disagreeing that Sahih Al Bukhari is valid, right? But we'll get into it later. I'll talk to you about it later, right? You sound like a very not smart person. I want to put it that way. I want to be mean to you, right?
Yeah,
Exodus
he's a
chapter
Quran only.
yeah, Exodus chapter 3.
He's
It says in Exodus chapter 3 verse 13. This is why it's really important to understand context, right? It says, "The God of your fathers sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? Then what shall I tell them?" So, if these people ask for the name of God, right? Then what shall he say? God said to Moses, "I am who I am," telling him his name. And let's put our names in this, right, to kind of like make it make more sense, right? Mentality is mentality. It's basically just saying my name is my name, right? So I am who I am. So mentality is mentality.
Yeah,
That's
I
basically
am
that's
who I
basically
am means I'm just God. God said.
Thank
read the
you. I
next
am
But
just.
verse.
he
He's
says,
just
Read
saying
I
I
am.
am just God, right? I am God. He's saying that, right? And
read
then
the
it
read the next
says,
verse
yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah, perfect. This is what you say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. It's kind of saying mentality has sent me to you. You see?
This is
Yeah,
what
he
you say to the
said.
Israelites. I
He
am,
said.
in italics, I am, in italics, has sent me to you. So now he's asserted this is a divine title. I am has sent this to you. What type of grammatical sense does that make?
That's
I am has
that's
sent me to you. What type of grammatical sense does that make? It doesn't, because it's a title. It's not something that's supposed to be understood
it
within the
does.
grammatical context. It's a title. It's in italics. Now, if we go to Jesus, when he says before Abraham was, I am, there's two choices. Either he's saying that he existed before Abraham, which cannot be true unless you want to grant that. I don't even know what that would mean. And their other option is that he's claiming the divine title, I am to himself. It's the same as Muhammad saying, he's claiming one of the 99 names of Allah. It's simple, bro. It's not that difficult. Just get it through your thick skull. He's claiming the divine name. Now, if you don't believe that he's claiming the divine
I
name, let's go
predicted.
to the Greek and Aramaic and I'll show you.
I predicted that this is the kind of arguments you're gonna make. I literally
Oh my
predicted.
gosh, bro.
Oh my
Great
gosh,
job.
bro, he's Megamind. Oh my. You're so smart, bro. You're so smart, bro. I think actually
I'm not as smart as you.
I think we misunderstood him. I think he's a smart one here, and we just don't understand that he does. Maybe that's
Yep,
it.
No,
bro.
no, you, you're the one.
2,000 years
You're
of
the, you're
Christian theology right out the window. Islam way to
Christian,
debunk it
because
all.
your Christian theology is because your scripture wasn't even available at that time for most of the period. Nobody could read it. Only a certain amount of people could. The difference
What
is
the
the Quran
hell
was
are you
memorized
What
talking
is
by
this
about,
guy
millions
bro?
of
rambling
people,
about,
right?
brother?
What are you talking
Yeah, it's
about?
a cope. It's such a cope for a cross-lick.
You know what is
What?
such a cope? The fact that
What?
you
Wait,
guys,
wait, wait,
your
wait,
your
wait,
guys,
wait,
your,
wait.
your last
What are you
prophet
even
was a
waffling
pedophile. You know
about?
that's
What are
cope
you
too.
talking
Christian
about?
theocracy.
If you want to try and stay with
but
What is
coping,
he talking
hold on,
about?
hold on, hold on, hold on. I have a question. Is memory hold on? Question. Is memory unreliable?
Is memory unreliable?
Yeah.
Actually, no, it isn't. It's actually one way of proof. funny
Oh,
enough.
so you agree
yeah.
memory's not okay? So you agree that memory's not unreliable. So why is it the case that it matters whether or not that these people had not raised in the Gospels by the time of about 100 AD? But according
Oh,
to
no.
your latest sources,
Yeah, that is totally right. By that definition, my question is, why did it come so many years later, right? And not only
because they
that,
because they
right?
because they
Wait,
because they were writing it, brother.
I'm not done.
They were
I'm not
writing on the
done.
life
Wait,
of
wait, wait.
Jesus. Obviously, they're gonna take a while to write
How
it.
can you?
Are you talking? Are you conflating the two?
Wait,
The
let me-
Codex
let me
Sinaiticus, which is the
Joseph,
first
right,
compiled
right,
version of the
mentality.
Bible, or are you talking about the earliest
We
manuscripts?
don't even know who wrote it down. To be
We do,
that's
we
what
do,
I'm
we
talking
do,
about.
we do. Hold on,
Okay.
we do, we
Okay.
do.
Who wrote
It
Mark?
says
Who
in
wrote
Against
Mark?
Heresies,
Who wrote
chapter
Mark?
1,
Wait,
on book 1,
mentality,
chapter 27. It says specifically, right, that
Okay.
John wrote
Can you
his
stop
gospel in
deep-throating your
Ephesus,
mic?
and that
Stop
Polycarp was
deep-throating your
disciple of
mic.
John.
He hasn't
Why?
even clarified his
Hold on,
argument.
how is
He's
someone
waffling,
how is
bro.
someone a disciple of someone we don't that doesn't
Mentality,
exist and we
take
don't
the
know who it
microphone
is?
out of your fucking esophagus. What is wrong with you?
All right,
Jesus,
calm down, brother. I can't even hear what you're saying,
Pull the
Neon.
microphone
So calm
back.
down for a second, right? I have a question for you.
Christ.
What does Against Heresies, book
just
1, chapter
pull-
27 even say? Go ahead. I'll wait for you.
Deep throating his mic, dude. Holy fuck.
That doesn't give an argument. Answer the question. Neon, how
Neon
about I ask you
isn't
this question,
Doesn't
Neon?
Bukhari
He's not
say
a
I'm not a
Christ
Muslim.
Muslim.
appears
Neon
after?
isn't a
Fine,
Muslim. He's
Neon.
just an
Just
atheist.
mute. Salim,
Ask
can you answer the
Salim,
question?
Ask Salim. He was waffling. He came in here and he looks like he wants to get embarrassed.
Yeah.
He didn't even
So
clarify
yeah,
whether-
I wasn't. We weren't even talking about Christianity, right? We were talking about Islam, right? Oh my, yeah, we were talking about the Torah. My bad. We were talking about Exodus chapter 3, verse. I think it's 14, right? I asked him a question, right? And then Salim came in here just rambling out of nowhere.
Mentality, who wrote
So
Hebrews?
Salim, you haven't answered the question.
Who wrote
Who?
Hebrews?
Okay. That isn't part of the
Who
question.
wrote
So
Hebrews?
Salim,
Come on, tell me.
answer the question. If you don't answer the question, I'm just gonna get it louder, right?
I'm not-
Answer the question.
to a guy that's
What does it say
talking
in
about
Against
what you're on
Heresies, book 1, chapter 27? Do you know?
Tell me. Tell me.
Polycarp. It says, and I'll give the exact translation, or or exactly what it says. Let me go. Let me find it. I've got it myself. 1 second. Here we go. Or I might have to get the book up. I'll just get the book up.
Look at the validity, man. It's so
Here we go. Against Heresies. Here we go. Irenaeus. Further, they teach that John, the disciple of the Lord, pointed to the first Ogdad, saying as follows in these words: John, the disciple of the Lord, wanted to describe the origin of all things. That is, how the Father emanated everything. Therefore, he lays down a certain principle, namely that which was first begotten by God, which being he has called both the only begotten Son and God. In him, the Father emanated all these things. Spermatically. Irenaeus Against Heresies, book 1, chapter 8, and I think it's 5.
Right, you're mentioning something now. What has that to do with you not knowing who the author is of Hebrews?
Okay. Now, originally that was a question I was after it, and you didn't even know who the Gospel of John was, right? Your original claim is that we don't know even who wrote the Gospels. So that's a separate question. So now, do you agree that John wrote his Gospel?
Yeah, I can agree upon that. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Then I don't care about any of the claims really. I mean, Hebrews. I mean, hold on. Hebrews is believed to
I can keep
be.
going. According to the MacArthur Study Bible, is Hebrews? Do we know the author of Hebrews?
I'm pretty. Yeah. Okay.
According to the MacArthur Study Bible, do we know the
He
author
listens
of
to
Hebrews? Yes or
Sheikh
no?
Uthman.
Hold on, okay,
know
can I
this
quickly just
exact
say, Salim?
argument.
I'm pretty sure.
Why can you not answer me? I'm asking.
I'm gonna answer you, brother. How are you saying? How can you say I'm not answering you when I just said I'm gonna answer? Right? Calm down a second. Let me just finish. So Salim. Okay, that's what I'm
Salim, maybe
saying.
if you used
20%.
I'm
half a brain
pretty
cell
sure.
and
What's up, Yusuf?
maybe if you used half a brain cell,
It's
Salim,
Joseph, not
and
Yusuf,
didn't
bro. You retarded?
it's Yusuf. And you decided that one scholar's opinion on something isn't the automatic
Why are
standard
you
for
speaking to
all
somebody else? Okay, how
Christianity.
about you answer me first? I muted the other guy because he had to scream through the whole time because you were loud already. Couldn't even understand what you were saying.
Bro, state your argument clearly. If we know that the book of you came in waffling about how we don't know something, this and that, right? You didn't clarify whether you were talking about the first compiled Codex
Mentality.
Sinaiticus or you were talking about the individual gospels or the letters of Paul. You didn't clarify anything. Then later on, you just found something on ChatGPT
What's
and
going
told us
on?
we don't know who wrote Hebrews,
Why is
this and that.
Mentality quiet?
Can we just
We
say, hold on, Yusuf,
because you make
Yusuf, can we just say, right, his original claim was saying that Christians, or not Christians, that we don't know who the gospel authors are. And then he conceded that we know that John is the person who wrote the Gospel of John.
That's actually a false claim.
You
That
said
is,
that.
funny enough, a red. No, I didn't. I said who wrote Mark and Matthew, and you mentioned John. I asked Mark and Matthew specifically. John, I'll give you John even if you want it. What I'll ask you about is Mark, Matthew, Hebrews, all of these other gospels. We don't even know the author of to begin with. Now, this is what I mean. You just twisted my question into something else so it will fit your fit your I guess your idea
I've been
after
recording,
you
brother.
mentioned that John has an author. This is by definition, God will actually curse you for your deceitfulness. Genuinely.
Yeah,
That's fine.
okay,
Don't
yeah,
worry
but I
about it.
wasn't being deceitful though, because it says,
You are being
according to
deceitful because you're
Polycarp
lying.
and against Irenaeus, right? It says specifically that Polycarp was a disciple of John, right? And also, I want to bring up again your whole point about saying that, yeah, I didn't say this. I've got a recording of this. We can even ask people around that were listening
Yeah,
at the time.
come on, get it. Come on. That's it.
What
You
the,
recorded, right?
what I
Let
just
us
exactly
reiterate.
said.
Let's reiterate right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Irenaeus book,
I said it.
chapter 27.
No.
Yes,
Recording of
yes,
what?
yes. I've
What do
listened
you
to the
have
source for
recording of?
you. Are you on the recording?
Where is the source of Matthew and Mark?
Matthew and Mark. Okay, yeah, that's a separate point. Don't run away from the point.
That's not a separate point.
That is a separate
That's
point. That is
the whole
about we're arguing about the
time.
Book of
It's literally
John
the
You've been
and
first
its
thing
asking
I'm
that the
authorship.
whole
And Leon,
time.
don't try and jump in. You're pro-life. You have no
Yeah, you
discussion
see,
of this, right?
Mentality is a coward,
You
bro.
argue
You
for a
see that-
logical
yeah,
position,
you
so
see
don't
what I
try
mean
and
with the
jump into
Christians,
this
man.
like
They're
you're
so
any part of
That's
this at the
dishonorable,
fucking.
bro.
moment.
That's fucking
So
fake,
Salim,
bro.
yeah, I can show you his point after, right?
You're
But
pro-choice. You can't have
I
an
don't think you
opinion.
understand, dude.
He mentions
We
Irenaeus about
have
something
unanimous authority.
different.
okay,
Salem, we have unanimous agreement, and we accept the authority. But unlike
Thank you,
you,
Elliot. At least you're honest. I agree with
listen.
you, Elliot. Yes, I
Unlike
agree
you
with
in
you.
Islam,
Uh
like
huh.
we accept authority. Like for
Based upon
example, when
what?
we were talking about like Quran, 60, where Muhammad gets his aorta cut, and you would deny
Yeah.
that, right? Like if there were commentaries
What?
on it, there was universal
I have
agreement.
a question. You can talk about commentaries for anything. My question is there anything
No,
wrong with
but
the
those
authenticity of the
commentaries come
Bible?
from authority, which you should accept, because we
But
accept the
those are
authority that tells
commentaries. We're talking
you.
about the actual scripture here. Commentaries are something that are added
Yeah,
towards
it's
it that scholars
confirmed
say.
by external sources, just like
Yeah,
your hadiths are confirmed by external sources.
The Quran. Listen, the commentaries do not confirm the Quran. Are you retarded? The Quran confirms the commentaries. It's the opposite around because a commentary would quote something from the Quran. The Quran needs to get its authenticity of something else, like what we know as an oral tradition or as manuscripts. It's very, very simple, Elliot. That's how you gain an authenticity towards a scripture. Now, the Bible really lacks that, and that's the issue
Okay,
with
yeah,
Christians.
you weren't even there for the previous argument, so we make the connection of the hadith where Muhammad feels like he's getting his aorta cut. You would deny that, right? But it gets its authenticity from the Quran and the people and the scholars.
Well,
Well,
the gospel accounts are
the only.
anonymous,
By the way,
so
wait,
how is
let
that
me
Oh,
mentality.
authentic
okay. So
exactly?
this is the
Right.
part where we
Wait,
deny authority, right?
Elliot. I'm not done yet. Calm down. You already just assumed something I didn't even mention. Such a flippant. This is why Christians are genuinely. You guys are terrified to debate a Muslim. Genuinely, like you got. Let me go through the points.
You're
Right.
terrified to
They?
admit that you were wrong about the Gospel of
Because
John. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
it's because they know that the gospel accounts are regarded as anonymous by the majority of theological scholars, and they don't want
No,
to
most
answer
scholars
that
agree that it's not
question.
anonymous. Actually, the only one that is like not
Oh,
kind of
really?
like
Okay.
It's
Can
very
you
fair.
wait? Can you cite that?
Yeah,
Like,
sure,
he
sure,
said
sure, sure,
that?
sure, sure. Do you want me to get a scholar for you?
Okay, cool.
Johan,
So
we go get a scholar if you
majority of
want to.
theological scholars, right?
Yeah,
Wait, where does the Quran come from?
theological
The Quran comes from oral tradition and
scholars.
manuscripts. Thank you very much. It comes from the Prophet
From
Muhammad
who?
sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was
Like from
transmitted from
who?
the angel
We're just
Gabriel,
gonna.
and it was directly from God. Thank you very much. We
But
got the
like, how can
entire
we prove
source from God to
that?
Gabriel to the Prophet
But like,
Muhammad
how can we prove
and to the
that?
people that followed him and memorized it, and the
Okay, like,
manuscript we've
how
written
can we
according.
prove that it came from some angel or God?
All right, I mean, one way to check what's if the Quran is the truth or not is by judging the text itself, right? You read the text. Does the text indicate
No,
certain
I'm asking
miracles,
its origin. Where did
certain
it come from?
wisdoms? The
I'm
origin
not
talks about.
asking it.
Are you talking about the
I'm asking where it's come.
Are you talking
No,
about the
where it comes from.
authenticity
No,
or
where
where
it
it comes
comes
from?
from.
Right. So we could assume, right? We not just assume, we know for a fact that authentically, right, the first person, before obviously it was preached to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or before so the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the first person to come with the Quran, right? And to basically memorize it and give it towards the people around Arabia, right? There's certain accounts of what we know of as companions who have witnessed him engaging with the angel Gabriel, because Gabriel does not just come from an
Yeah, so
angel
one
or
person that agrees
Wait,
that the
so there
Gospels
were
are not
witnesses.
anonymous is Richard Barkham.
There were actually fun.
Can you give me a scholar who thinks that it is anonymous, Neon?
Mentality. I mean, if I remember writing down your claim verbatim, you said that most most theological
Yeah,
scholars,
so what we're doing right now is we're going a
do not
scholar for a scholar,
regard,
right? And I'm
do
saying I gave
not
you a scholar
regard.
as an example, right?
Hold on,
So what we're going to do in this
hold on.
situation is we're going to look for different scholars
Richard
which would agree. And we're going
Dawkins
to
is a
look at which
planetary
scholar or which person has more
biologist, you
scholars.
moron.
So every one scholar you can give, I'll give another scholar.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. And yes,
Okay.
I can show you, like, if you want me to, I can find a site which agrees with this. But if you cannot show any scholar which would
Well,
disagree
that's what
with
you
me,
said you
then
could
you
do, and
agree,
now
or by
and
definition, you would agree that you can't find any
right.
evidence against the claim. I mean, it looks pretty stupid,
Wait.
Neon.
So
The
what
claim,
did
universal claim, I
Richard
agree, but
Dawkins?
the claim that you're making would be a
What did
negation
Richard
claim.
Dawkins study
Do you agree,
again?
Neon?
What did Richard Dawkins study again?
Huh? I can't hear
What
you.
was Richard Dawkins' field? What was Richard Dawkins' field of study again?
Not not Richard Dawkins, Richard Barkham.
Richard who? Okay, so
You
that's probably
don't even know who it is, moron. Look, let me write it out for you.
So remember,
Let me
the
let me
original
write
claim
let me
that
write
you
it for you.
made was
Richard
most theological scholars
Barkham.
do not regard the Gospels as anonymous. You said you could post a source for that. We found one.
Do you
This
want
is
the source? I know,
this is
okay.
what happened.
That's not what I said, right?
This is what
The
happened.
claim was the majority of theological scholars
Majority
regard the
of
Gospels as anonymous,
scholars do
according to what you
not
say.
regard the
I didn't.
Gospels as
I said,
anonymous.
do you
That's what
want
said.
a scholar?
Yeah.
I said, do you want a
It's right
scholar?
here.
The majority of theological
No, I
scholars.
want
I've
the
given you a
majority of
scholar who would
scholars. I
agree
want
with
the
this claim,
consensus.
right? So can you show me a scholar who would disagree with this claim? Do you understand what I'm
Can you show
saying,
me where he
Neon?
says that?
Or is it not going through a thick
Can
skull?
you show me?
And both of you can try and argue against me, it just won't work. So, what should I say, Neon?
Can you show me? Can you show me where he said that?
Huh? Yeah, according to what you said.
Okay. What did he say?
No, are you asking for what I said, or if we were asking for what Richard Barkham said?
Yeah. So, what did Richard Bauckham say that indicates that the Gospels are not anonymously written?
Yeah, sure. He's the author. Hold on. He's the author of Jesus and the Eyewitnesses, the Gospel, and as eyewitness testimony. Barkham contends that the Gospels were closely connected to eyewitness testimony and their title. Do you want like the exact like page number? Do you want like what exactly he said?
Exactly where he said.
Okay, let me get that for
the
you.
Gospels are not anonymous. That the Gospels can be corresponded to the original authors.
Mentality. You cannot use the argumentation.
Okay, hold on. Okay, before you continue, Salim, right? I'm arguing against Neon right now. Don't try and jump in and give another argument, or I'm gonna call shotgun on both your arguments.
No, it's the same. No.
Okay.
I'm just adding towards Neon.
Okay. You can add on after.
Stop
You can.
screaming.
Okay, I'm not screaming. I sound like I'm not screaming, right?
Screaming.
No, I'm not even screaming, right?
Bro,
So, an example of this, right, is he talks about the role of papyrus and early church fathers. He says that. I forgot. I have to give you the exact words.
Yeah,
I can
dude,
try and find a
Mark,
PDF
shut
file
up.
if you want
Yo,
me to,
Mark,
with the
your voice is
exact
really high.
words.
I don't know why he's deep throating his mic.
I'm
It's really
not deep
fucking
through my mic.
obnoxious.
Here you go, here you go, here you go.
You
The
are.
attributions of the gospel to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are not second century guesses, but reflect early Christian traditions that were well informed and widely known within the Christian communities. Chapter 18, Anonymous Traditions. Another example is eyewitness testimony. The gospels were closely connected with the testimony of eyewitnesses of the history of Jesus. The early church, by preserving these names, ensured that the stories carried the authority of those who had personally witnessed these events. Chapter 1, Eyewitness Testimony and the Gospels. Number 3, the alleged anonymity of the Gospels. There is no good reason to think that the Gospels were ever even regarded as anonymous in the sense of having unknown authors. The names of evangelists were not arbitrarily assigned in the 2nd century, but were well known from the beginning of the Gospel circulation. Chapter 18. There you go. So now you can pause for a second, Neil, and Salim can add on to your point if you want to, or you can agree with you only arguing with me and get your friend to run away. So Salim, what did you want to say? Okay, so Salim, your friend ran away because he's just being scared of me. So Neil, come back to your point and stop running away like a good boy.
Your mic is obnoxious. Your mic is
Okay,
obnoxious.
Quark, can you respond to the point then?
Respond to what? Lower
Okay,
your mic.
never mind. You weren't part of the discussion. Neon, can you respond to the point? If you can't respond to the point, then I'll lower mic and we continue.
Yeah, Neon, what's the discussion about? What is he talking
It's about Bible authorship.
I'm
Brother,
so drunk
lower
off the
your mic,
camel
bro.
piss.
Lower your mic. You're obnoxious.
Okay, yeah, I've already explained to you. It's about Bible authorship.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
You trying
Okay,
to
but
take
you're right.
like 5 shots?
What can I
You
get
want to
for
take like Neon? You want to take like 5 shots of camel piss and spin around the Kaaba? See
Okay,
how possessed we get.
Neon. Okay,
How
I've
many
given
shots am I
you the
taking?
quote. Can you respond to the point?
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
respond
so
to the
what was the
point,
discussion
Neon?
about?
Thank you, too.
Okay, you can't respond
Alright.
to the point. Thank you very
Alright, I'll
much.
car
Run
wash
away,
right now.
boy.
So I didn't really hear much of that like indiscernible rant because you have the gain.
Sure, I'll explain to you again then. Thank you very much. Number 1, it says that the attributions of the Gospels to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are not 2nd century guesses but reflect early Christian traditions that were well informed and widely known within the Christian communities, which is in chapter 18. Number 2, eyewitness testimonies. The Gospels were closely connected with the testimony of the eyewitnesses of the history of Jesus. The early church, by preserving these names, ensured that the stories carried the authority of those who had personally witnessed these events. Chapter 1, eyewitness testimony of the Gospels. Number 3, there is no good reason to think that the Gospels were even regarded as anonymous in the sense of having no known authors. The names of the evangelists were not arbitrarily assigned in the 2nd century, but well known by the beginning of the Gospel circulation. This is about the alleged anonymity, I can't fucking say it, of the Gospels. This is shown in chapter 18. So can you respond to the point? If you can't, then I'm going to leave, because you still haven't responded to the point yet.
Yeah. I'll respond to the point. I just need you to post what you're reading from.
Yeah, I'm reading from the book. Yeah, I'm reading from the book. I've given you the name of the book.
Which book?
I've given you the book. Were you even listening to my point?
No,
Yeah, okay, I'll repeat it for you again one last time. Jesus and the eyewitnesses, the Gospel of Eyewitness Testimony.
I just want you to tell me where you got the book from.
I got it from Amazon.
What book?
I got it from Amazon. I can say it again if you want me to.
Yeah, what's the name of the book?
That is the name of the book, you moron.
Well, what was it?
Jesus and eyewitnesses, the Gospel as eyewitness testimonies. The author.
Jesus and the eyewitnesses.
No. This is okay. Yeah, moment. Jesus and the eyewitnesses, the Gospel as eyewitness testimony. My bad.
Okay, Jesus and the Eyewitnesses by Richard Bauckham.
Yeah. I can send it. I can see the link to it if you want me to.
Okay. Isn't he kind of assuming that they're eyewitness testimony while and not verifying the authorship of the book?
I wouldn't say so. No. I mean, because I'm pretty. Because let me go back to what he says.
So what is his methodology? What is his methodology in determining that the Gospels were written by Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, rather than just assuming that that's the case and going with that in the eyewitness testimony thing?
Okay, yeah. So okay, if you look at like the first one, right? 1 second. 1 second. If we just there you go. First one I want to bring up is if we look at the first point on the title of the Gospels, if I want to pay very close attention, the attribution of the Gospels to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are not second-century guesses that reflect early Christian traditions that were well informed and widely known within the Christian communities. The early church communities would have known who Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were by what it says from the Christian communities, the early churches. We can look at Papias if you want to, but that's like another thing he says. I'll bring it up if you want to. Second point is about the eyewitness testimony. The Gospels were closely connected.
That doesn't mean that the Gospels are written by Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's
Yeah,
not
if
what that
these if
means.
these if these people are preaching about the life of Jesus, right? They would have been the people that
Whoever wrote
wrote
it,
about it.
just
I mean, I
because,
think, and
just
if you
because,
look
just
deeper into his
because,
book, he talks about
just
how,
because.
yeah, you
Hold
know,
on, hold on,
it's kind
hold
of
on,
like
hold on, bud.
you know,
Hold on, I'm
there's
just
like
gonna
no
turn you
reason to
down. I'm just
believe
gonna turn you down until
that
I get
these
to
were,
say
just
what I
like,
was trying to say
we don't know
originally.
the
Okay.
authorship of that. Like, there's no
All
reason
right.
to
So
believe that.
I can't
I
hear
mean, if
you
you look
right
at the
now.
eyewitness
The
testimony,
only one you're talking
the
to is me,
title it
and you're not
says
gonna listen
specifically
to me.
it's not second
I'm
century
not
guess. So
really
we
concerned
know
with
it
what
just
you have
can't
to
be a
say
guess, right?
because I would like
And
to
we know
say
that
what I would like to say
early Christian
before you cut me
traditions
off.
would be
Okay,
looking
so
into these
I still have
names.
your green light on,
So do you want me to like
right?
give
So
it?
I
Do
can
you want
still
me to
hear
like
you
look for
talking
like an
over me,
example
and
of
that
a
doesn't really matter because
tradition,
I can't
Leon?
hear what you're saying. It doesn't matter.
Neil, would you
Nothing
like me to look
about
for
what you say
tradition?
matters right now because nobody else is here and I can't hear you.
That's the claim, right? So I'm asking you again, Neon, right? Do you want me to give
Still
you an
can't hear
example
you,
of an early
bud.
church an
No
early
idea.
church
No idea what you're
tradition
saying right
that
now.
would reflect Matthew, Mark, Luke,
No
and
idea.
John
I'm just
being the
gonna
titles of
wait,
the
and I'm
Gospels?
gonna finish up what I was saying,
Respond to the
and
point.
then oh, your green light is still on, huh?
Respond to the point, please.
Oh, that's okay. I can wait. I'm gonna get out the air freshener that I had for my car.
That's fine. If you want to do that, I'll leave, and I'm gonna save this recording, and I'm gonna go down to food. Have a nice time. I'll give you like a minute to respond to my points. The specific point that or the question that I just brung up. If you can't answer it, I'm gonna go get food. I'm gonna go relieve my headache. I'll get my girlfriend to come into my house.
Still green, huh? Still green.
Can you
No idea what you're
respond to the
saying. Can't hear
question?
you. You're actually turned down.
So you can't.
I don't
I've
know if you
already
know this. I
turned
don't know if
down.
you're
What are you
just
on
like
about?
yapping on over me, but
I have no
whatever.
gain on, and I've literally turned on like my bass mic. I've turned it down for you. I'll give you like 10 seconds to respond to the question, and I'm gonna leave and save the recording.
All right. Are we done?
Can
Can
you
I
respond to the
resume what I was
question?
saying now? Well, no, because